Well, good morning, Southeast Texas. Things pretty quiet across the region this morning under sunny skies. We started out in the 60s across parts of the area this morning, especially up in the lakes area. Even in the Triangle had some upper 60s again for lows. We'll see that again tonight. Now, right now, our roofing 911 Skycam network over in Orange. Temperatures are in the low to mid 80s already. We'll be in the lower 90s this afternoon in our weather station here at Roofing 911 Skycam Network, Beaumont, 84 degrees, sponsored by Packer and LaPrade. So lots of clear skies. Now, there will be a few clouds beginning to develop this afternoon. We'll go with mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. And even here in Beaumont, we had temperatures this morning in spots in the upper 60s. But, you know, our normal high temperature for this time of the year is 87. So it's October 1st. As each day goes by, that normal high and low temperature will continue to drop a little bit each day and night. So with us running in the lower 90s, that's about 4 degrees above normal. Is what we're expecting not only this afternoon, but for the next few days as well. Our Roofing 911 Skycam network outside our 12 studios, sponsored by Mid-County Plumbing. Well, look at that, lots of clear skies. Of course, we had a weak upper level disturbance work across the area yesterday, but we just didn't have the moisture for that disturbance to produce any rainfall, and we need it, and we'll talk more about that coming up just a minute. Very, very dry, but very quiet weather pattern going on. Nothing going on, which is always good in weather, but we could certainly use the rainfall, but just not much of a chance at all. Maybe 10% coming up late tomorrow. Let's go on over to Louisiana. Our Roofing 911 Skycam network there over in Lake Charles, Southwest Louisiana as well. Look at that, lots of clear skies. Now, they started off around 70 this morning over in Lake Charles. They'll also be in the lower 90s this afternoon under mostly sunny to partly cloudy skies. A little bit of haze off in the distance as well. Visibilities have been down just a little bit, especially across parts of the area over the last day or so. But lack of wind too. We just haven't had much wind at all to talk about the last several weeks, it seems like, unless we've, you know, had a thunderstorm or two here and there. Had a little bit of wind. All right, let's go up to the lakes area. Our Roofing 911 Skycam network up there in Jasper, sponsored by Provalis. And look at that, clear skies up in the lakes area as well. Now, we're not expecting any rainfall today, but 10% for late tomorrow, which we'll talk about that in just a moment. So beautiful morning across the area. You'll also be in the lower 90s up in the lakes area coming up later on this afternoon. You started out very comfortable this morning in the mid 60s in a few areas in the lakes this morning. Very, very nice, but pretty hot this afternoon. As we said, temperatures will be running 3 or 4 degrees above normal. And over in Orange, sponsored by the Horseman's Western Store, lots of clear skies as well. And we'll start seeing a few clouds developing, but still overall looks mostly sunny to partly cloudy across the region this afternoon. We'll have a few more clouds in the forecast coming up for tomorrow. Certainly no rain expected across the region this afternoon, but we need it, and we'll get to that in just a moment. We're running a little over 6 inches, 6.5, I believe, to be almost exact, below normal for the year. But it's not much in the forecast. Maybe isolated showers tomorrow, and maybe a little bit better chance as we head on into early next week, which we'll get to that in just a moment. Your allergy report, well, it's not very good, especially in the ragweed and the mold, that's for sure. It's probably not going to change much over the next day or so. Now, notice the tree, good. Grass, not too bad due to the lack of shower activity we've seen over the last few days. Now, let's take a look at our drought monitor. Nothing too terribly bad, but you notice the areas in yellow here, west of Houston, across much of our area and across portions of south central Louisiana. We are in the abnormally dry, which we know we are because haven't had much rain the last few weeks, that's for sure. But since January 1st, basically since the beginning of the year, we're running about 6.5 inches below normal. Remember, most of the summer was actually pretty wet. Well, we were thankful that we had that rain in the summertime. We really were. We would really be in bad shape. We wouldn't have got the showers this past summer, and also across portions of south central Louisiana, you're in the abnormally dry as well. So if things don't improve over the next week or two, we'll start seeing some moderate drought conditions starting to show up. But hopefully, and eventually we always do, but hopefully we don't have to wait too long to get a little bit of rainfall going across southeast Texas, and as you see, portions of southwestern Louisiana as well. Pretty dry. And like I said, we'll have a 10% coverage coming up tomorrow and a little bit better chance at 30% by early next week. But it is mostly clear across the area this morning. With daytime heating, we'll have a few clouds developing, but still overall mostly sunny to partly cloudy. Things pretty quiet across all of Texas this morning, into New Mexico, portions of Old Mexico as well, very quiet. Notice that spin in the upper atmosphere here on satellite here. Eastern Gulf of Mexico. And there's nothing tropical here. This is a mid and upper level low. Southern Alabama. There's a trough actually from the southern Great Lakes back down in the southeast. So what's going to happen here, an upper level low, is going to cut off. We'll show you that on our upper air map in just a moment. It's going to cut off from the flow and drift to the west-southwest over the next few days, and that's what will help enhance our shower activity, but not until Monday of next week. We'll have some isolated showers late tomorrow, but a little more scattered Sunday and Monday of next week, which we'll talk about in just a moment. Across the rest of the region, it's very quiet. There are some showers in portions of the plains on into parts of the Midwest, North Dakota, but it is quiet in the deep south, just nothing going on. Of course, the tropics, good news, everything's moving out to sea. That will continue. That's great news there. Notice the southwest too, very quiet across portions of the southwest. Another upper level low storm system beginning to move into portions of Washington and Oregon coming up over the course of the next day or so, but there'll be shower thunderstorms increasing across the southeastern states, Florida, portions of Alabama, Mississippi. Start seeing some showers, a few thunderstorms beginning to increase there with that upper level low developing and drifting to the west southwest over the next couple of days. Otherwise, parts of the northeast, you're in pretty good shape. All right, let's take a look at Futurecast. It's a pretty nice afternoon, but hot. Remember, our normal high temperatures around 87, and we're seeing upper 80s to lower 90s. I think these numbers are a little bit cool. I think we hit the lower 90s this afternoon. We have no reason we won't this afternoon. We'll slowly fall through the 70s throughout this evening under mostly clear skies. Another comfortable night coming up, pretty nice night coming up. Lows in the 70s until we get to tomorrow morning. Look at that, mid to upper 60s again. So I think one more fairly comfortable night and morning coming up. Then we'll see a little bit of that increase in humidity coming up by the end of the week, and certainly as we head into the weekend. Off to our northeast, there is a little pocket of moisture in the low and mid levels of the atmosphere to our northeast tomorrow, and this will advance to the southwest. So once we get some heating tomorrow, we'll have partly cloudy skies tomorrow, and we'll go with isolated showers and maybe even a thunderstorm late tomorrow. That coverage is only 10%, but hey, we'll take what we can get. Futurecast even picking up on that. A few little showers trying to work in from the northeast late in the day tomorrow. That'd be nice. Of course, it's not going to help us much at all, but anything's better than nothing, and only 10% of the area will probably see anything late tomorrow, maybe a 20% coverage late into the day. And this shows up well on our moisture map too. This is at 10:30 tonight, basically from now through tomorrow. Notice just not much moisture across the region. Anytime you see numbers under about 1.5, that's fairly dry. But notice as we head throughout the next 24 hours, it's dry overnight in the morning. Look at tomorrow, especially late in the day into tomorrow evening, 1.73. Pretty good moisture values coming in from Louisiana. It's just a pocket of moisture because beyond this, it dries again for Friday and Saturday. 1.73, not bad. I'm gonna give it 10% coming up for tomorrow. Good news in the tropics, the remnants of Humberto out to sea. Say goodbye to that. Remnants of Imelda heading on out to sea as well, off to the northeast. Pretty close to Bermuda, but then moving on out. So that's certainly some great news there. And as far as the Gulf goes, you know, we're in great shape here. Not expecting any development in the Gulf of Mexico other than that upper level low coming up. That won't be anything tropical, but out in the Atlantic, everything's been moving out to sea this year. I think we're in great shape here in Texas. Speaking of the upper level pattern, let's take a look at it. Now, as we head into tomorrow, what's that weak little disturbance there? There's that upper low we're talking about, kind of hanging around the south central coast of Louisiana on Sunday. I think it'll get close enough to us to sling some moisture around from the northeast. So we'll have a little bit better chance of rain on Sunday, up to 20%, then a 30% coverage on Monday as it shifts a little farther to the west, and then it will move on out and dissipate as we head into next week. And then guess what? We dry out again. High pressure is going to try to rebuild. Let's take a look at that rainfall too. And certainly not much tomorrow with that 10 to 20% coverage, but as we head into even Monday, most of the rains will be offshore with that upper level low, but we could see a third of an inch. Of course, less totals the farther north you go. Let's see a third of an inch here and there. But like I said, we'll take what we can get because we're behind on our rainfall now, well over 6 inches. So at least it's something to look forward to in the rainfall department. All right, marine forecast for the rest of the day. We'll have pretty light north and northeast winds. Seas only around a foot. Next high tide will be at 2:05 in the morning. Low tide at 5:27, and that water temperature at 86 degrees. All right, the rest of the afternoon, mostly sunny to partly cloudy, highs in the lower 90s. It's a little bit above normal, remember, for highs. 92, 93 up in the lakes. Pretty much the same for inland southeast Texas and the triangle too, lower 90s. So that's well above normal for this time of the year, about 3 or 4 degrees. Tonight, mostly clear, another comfortable night, so enjoy that. Lows will be in the mid to upper 60s for the lakes and upper 60s along Interstate 10. Of course, it's going to be a little bit warmer as we head toward Mid-County and Port Arthur. It's still not bad there, 69, 70. That's not too bad. That's fairly close to normal for low temperatures this time of year. All right, 7-day forecast. No rain today, lots of sun. Becoming partly cloudy tomorrow. An isolated shower, thunderstorm possible late tomorrow. We showed you that little slug of moisture coming in from Louisiana. That is a possibility, 10%, maybe 20%. No rain though Friday, Saturday. Some more dry air comes in ahead of that upper level low we're expecting to come in late Sunday into Monday. Now the coverages go up a little bit, 20% on Sunday, 30% coverage on Monday of next week. So at least it's something to look forward to. That's scattered, 30% scattered showers, the low end scattered showers and thunderstorms. And some areas will see some showers. We showed you that on our rainfall map just a moment ago. Notice these high temperatures, pretty hot, even Friday, 90. It's 3 degrees above normal. Little bit better for highs over the weekend, but still above normal. But as that upper level low develops to our east, our heights in the upper atmosphere drop a little bit. So it may help us a little bit on temperatures. Of course, widely scattered showers Sunday, scattered on Monday as we get some moisture from that upper level low. And let's check our phone lines, see if we've gotten any text messages at all. So we're just about out of time here. Text us at 409-749-9302. And we'll get back with you as quick as we can. And once again, isolated showers are possible tomorrow at 10%. Friday, Saturday looks dry. Sunday, Monday, widely scattered showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast as that upper